$150 a month, $100 for tutoring, getting a tuition or tutor. Even back home, you see the people do this. You'll move into a nice neighborhood for that, which is nothing wrong with it. I'm not even going to bash on it. Nothing wrong with it. The question I'm asking, but when it comes to the deen, do we go, wait a minute, okay, I know Quran, it's only 45 minutes, there's 20 teachers, I may need to ask for a Quran teacher afterwards. Wait a minute, someone's asking for $10 an hour for Quran class? How dare he ask? As a Muslim, the shit, he's supposed to be so pious that he's supposed to just live like basic life. But you know, for that Quran teacher, no problem. Let them be, I'll pay that. Think about that. I want you to think about what Islamic education, because what are 3 ways that we will benefit? What are 3 ways that all of us will benefit? Right? 1, we want to make sure the kids do well. Why? So when they get older, they can live a good life. And maybe even take care of us a little bit. Inshallah. But at the same time, don't you want to make sure that when they pass away, when we pass away, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that 3 ways that we benefit are righteous offspring to make dua for you. Right? So, knowledge that was you gave to them, so you couldn't, at least you had to give them an opportunity to go to school. Right? And the 3rd is sadaqah jariyah. Now what you think about this? Look at Islamic school. Kids who make dua for you. Where else than another school would you have that opportunity to learn the dua? Like Rabbana fili wali walidayya walil mu'minina yawma yaqumul hisab. Or Rabbana irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Where else would you at least have an opportunity? These kids will keep on every day making dua. Second of all, learning knowledge, which will benefit you. Say, Ya Allah, I might have not been able to, but I put them in an institution where they can learn the deen. That's 2. And sadaqah jariyah, where you can help at a time like this, on a fundraising dinner. There are not too many institutions we can get all 3 at one place, which are Islamic schools. May Allah put barakah in, inshallah. Next slide. But there's a challenge. The challenge is, first you need to tell me how much time, because I talk a lot, so just keep that in mind. Regarding Iblis. See, this punk has made life miserable for all of our kids, and all of us. Now, what you think about Iblis was a knowledgeable jinn. Satan saw paradise, saw the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creation of Allah, of Adam alayhi salam, right? So now think about this. First when Iblis doesn't follow his commandment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, now you're going to go to the lowest of hell. He asks for Allah's permission, let me take more people with me until the end of time. So now what does Iblis say? If you give me permission, I will come from the front, I will come from the back, I will come from the right, I will come from the left. He'll come from places that you don't even know they're coming. Now think about what happens. Again, Allah gives us an example. For everything Allah does, there's a reason. Adam alayhi salam. What does Allah tell Adam alayhi salam? He doesn't say don't eat from the tree. He says, don't go near the tree. Don't go near the tree. What happens? When he goes near the tree, what does Iblis say? Does he go, Adam alayhi salam, look at this fruit, yummy. Now I know some of us might be, if it was biryani, maybe get more tempted. Makruba, maybe a little bit more. Samosa, whatever. It wasn't about the fruit. What was it that if you eat this, everything that you love, this is paradise. I don't live in paradise forever. If you eat this, you'll live here forever. The deception. And you have to realize, Allah, again, there's a reason it happens. But our kids are getting challenged with a lot of other things than even a fruit. Right? And Iblis has a bag of tricks. Next slide. So what's important about why Islamic education, even as parents? William Glasser is a Harvard professor, and he has this thing about how students learn. So 10% is what they read, 20% is what they hear, 30% is what they see, and 50% is what they see and hear. What you say and what kids, think about this. See and hear. Everything that the Prophet ﷺ said, he did. Hadith and Sunnah. In the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the best of examples. Everything that he said, he also did. Now, 70% is what they discuss with others. It is very important that information, think about why there's so many times the Prophet ﷺ would ask questions. After Fajr Salah, he would ask, and he would see a dream, he would ask questions. There are many hadiths where you see that the Prophet asks a question, Sahabas will stay quiet, and then they would say, Allah and His Messenger know best. The Prophet ﷺ knows he knows the answer. But sometimes he would ask these questions, end in discussion, and then answer it. And especially in this society, everyone likes to ask questions. Why can't you do this? So one of the reasons we wrote the book War Within the Hearts, I myself grew up in America. Went to the Chicago public school system from pre-K until high school. Got to play some ball, high school, went to college, got to play some more ball, basketball. So I had this opportunity. I'm like, Baba, why can't we do this? It's haram. Why is it haram? Because I told you it's haram. Because my father said it's haram, and that's the way it is. It's haram, it's haram. But there's questions that you had, and one of the reasons we wrote the book War Within the Hearts, and now we use it as a text, as social issues, because kids are getting challenged. And you have to discuss and think about the beloved Prophet ﷺ. That whereas when there was discussion, why is it for one individual, he say, oh, what's the best of conduct? And when he goes, one who's best to the parents. One who struggles for the sake of Allah to another individual. One person says, advise me, says, la taqdab. Okay, advise me, la taqdab. Advise me, la taqdab, like 7 times, like you control your anger, your deed will be perfect, right? Because he knows you have to understand individuals, discussion, clarify. 80% is what they experience personally. What you experience plays a big part. And it's very important that what they see at home. Now think about students. Why is this important? Kids go to sleep for 8 to 10 hours, inshallah. Mostly up to 4th grade I can guarantee. By middle school I doubt it. But by 4th grade, most kids sleep if they 8 to 10 hours. So think about 8 hours there. They go to school from about 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, so that's another 8 hours. That's 16 hours already taken care of. Then you have some kids after they come home, they play for another hour or two. Then I'm going to show you some statistics about TV. So suppose they another hour, 2 hours, that's 18 hours. Then they might eat, but now as families we don't really eat, we just kind of sit there together, watch TV. Father says 5 words. Get roti. Tell, that happens, right? Right? And then you have this other one, tell the son, go clean the garbage. Why are you bothering your brother and sister? Is it report card day? No, be quiet then. Right? Only 4 or 5 times has the father ever discussed, and that's why we wrote a book called Wisdom of the Wise. Luqman's advice to his son about fathers' relationship with kids. Very important. I have the opportunity, Allah's blessed, to visit many kids. Major issue, we have to start being fathers. It's easy to be just, a father, but to be a dad. So, no, someone can say, that is my father, but to be a dad is one who gets involved. And that's the way of our beloved prophets, that they weren't involved in their kids. Right? 95% is what they teach someone else. And think about the Prophet after they discussed, he made sure that he made the Sahabas experience it, that they were all sent to become guides. So this is not even outside the realm of our deen. Our deen tells us. But experience, when you want to teach someone, if you want someone to say the idea of giving, then it's very important that you take your kids and show them the other side of the idea of giving. So one of the most humbling experiences for me was going to India. 13 years old, American kid, going to India, Hyderabad, India, old city. Went there, and I hated it. Went in there, came first day, every 3 hours the lights go up. Then it's 85 degrees out there. Then the fans don't work because the electricity's out. For some reason the mosquitoes love American blood and they're biting me all over. They don't have that even sprays over there. You know that? I'm like, what is this place? But I love to eat, so I decide I want to go and eat, and I try to eat some of the food there. Then you get stomach problems. Then the stomach problem is that you have to go to the bathroom, you have to walk about outside outhouse. You walk inside, there's a hole on the ground. Then you walk up and you got these little geckos walking around and spiders. Then you get scared because all the jinns are over there and stuff, so all the du'as that you know. Then you're in the bathroom, so you can't even say the du'as because you're sitting in the bathroom. Right? The experience of that situation. Right? But after that, when my father always said, Habib, you make sure you do well. My father came in the 60s in the MSA days. That you help your family, like all his 8 brothers and sisters all kind of stayed at our house for a little bit. Then they moved on in Chicago. The idea of taking care of community, taking care of people back home, striving to be the best, man, that opportunity said, now I know what. Thank you, Baba, for coming on the boat in the 60s, because now I understand the value of the deen and education. And sometimes you need to give kids reality checks. Because now everyone goes back home, we all pay them, the bathrooms are perfect, we all live in the nice area. Make sure at least for 2-3 days, take them to the villages. and make them live there. I guarantee you, because even for us, sometimes it can remind us where, you know, what can humble us. Next slide. So 3 stages. The first 7 years, love and affection. So preschool, pre-K, second grade, these kids, everything they tell you, like, Mama, guess what happened? Right now, when you take them out, when you know how a lot of times, like, Mama, this happened in school, this happened, like, shh, okay, that's enough. Right? Especially when they're in your cars, where we all like to, the moms have the hijab, like the portable cell phone holder, the hijab. Right? Just talking. Kids like, shh, just talk, just put the DVD up. But you have to realize it's now how important this basic information, because the next 7 years teaching manners and therapy, 7 to 13, as Ali radiallahu anhu had said, the importance of at that age, and why not than in 8 hours where they learn the academics and the deen at the same time. Because I'm trying to explain to you that the time limit of a child and parent interaction and a regular school day is very limited. Maybe 1 or 2 hours. And a lot of times parents are already tired. Fathers, I know for a fact are tired. Moms, I give them all the credit because they're the ones who do all the work and still have to be like superwoman. MashaAllah. So you have to give them that. The next, I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I give all the credit, you know, I give credit. I fly out every weekend, so I gotta give a lot of credit to my wife. Make dua for my wife. The next 7 years, make good friends. And this is very important because this is going to happen to you, right? And there's going to come a time when I deal with middle school kids and parents. My child used to tell me everything, but at 12 years old, 7th grade, something about 7th grade. How was your day? No. Assalamu alaikum becomes, they walk into school, salams. How was your day? Good. What you do? Nothing. How's school? Boring. What do you do? Close the door. Chat rooms. No computer should be in the kid's room. No child should have a laptop. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Because all this thing, wherever the parent comes in, the mashallah child puts in downloads. Oh, mashallah, mashallah. So you have to have this. All right. Some of the kids are like, why are you talking about this? Next slide. Gotta give you time here. 10 minutes. Okay. So what's going on in their lives? School, family, religion, culture, and community. This plays a big part. It is very important that the school and family structure is important, and the deen is something important with the kids. Going to the next slide. Homework, exams, all these play a big part. Now, I want to tell you about Islamic schools. We'll get to the next slide. Just do the time here for a second. So Islamic schools in America. So some of us might say, well, does kids do well? You know, how about Chicago is a unique situation. We have 13 schools and a radius of maybe 24 miles. Every 2 months, all these principals meet together. We have competitions together. We have our own conference with some Jewish and Catholic schools called Southwest Conference. We have soccer teams, girls volleyball, girls basketball, boys basketball, boys wrestling. So it can happen. I want you guys to see, like, you guys are here. But opportunities have to happen. Any competitions now, because our school is for 20 years, we have other Islamic schools like 750 kids, 650 kids, and we have seen kids who have done well. And it's important that you have to make those commitments now. There are going to be some rough times, but it's just like our school started with 25 kids. Now there are more than 500 kids and more than 260 kids on the waiting list. We're expanding on a new building, inshallah ta'ala. But this is the same way with Islamic Foundation, CPSA. But just last year, at least in the Islamic schools of 4 high schools, they have sent kids to Harvard University, University of Chicago this last year. We've had individuals at Ivy Leagues. Even I know in other schools, like I have the opportunity to go to Dallas and saw some of the kids get scholarships. Right now, one of our girls got a 4-year full ride to University of Illinois Champaign and the Honors College. It can happen. It could happen because I know one thing about our community, we do focus on education. And it's right for us to demand the best, because that's where our deen is, to reach the level we strive for ihsan, for excellence. And it's our duty to make sure. So even if it's at preschool, pre-K, but you got to do it right. Many people 10, 12 years ago wanted us to start in high school. So no, we got to take some time. We were 180,000 in debt when I came 10 years ago. We were 150 kids. We said, we're going to take it slow, build on it, make it well, and then you build, and then you improve, inshallah ta'ala. So things can happen. But what we're doing is now standardized tests is a great opportunity. Many schools, you get to take the state exams. See how your schools compare. Bring those out. Many of us in Chicago, we don't get to take the state exams, so we take the IWAs and the MAP test. And a lot of mashallah schools have scored in the 80, 89 percentile. Our school scored in the 88, but I know others in our area the same thing. It can happen when we put time and effort. And many of us are educated, and we want education, so it's very important. So having some of these things, and for example, now at our school, we don't have a high school, but we have, which is Skokie, Illinois. It's the third biggest population, Jewish population. And mashallah, in about 1993 we had started. At 1993 it was one high school. When we were in high school, we started a Muslim club, where we have Salah at the high school. Mashallah, in Chicago we have more than 55. Now it's West and North. Our school district was the second one. Just last year, Eid al-Adha off is for the whole school district. Only after Dearborn, Michigan. We have Arabic there. We have two. We work with the Christian and Jewish schools to have a meditation room. So all the kids at two high schools, 5,000 kids, they have an opportunity to go to a meditation room for prayers. When you put time and effort in working with your individuals and congressmen and individuals from your state, things can happen. And the way it's happened is, the individual, that the person who sponsored the club has to do it for free, was just a non-Muslim. And he said the reason is because the kids who are coming from your school are good kids, and I wanted them to at least practice the deen. Because to have kids who have some faith in a school is a great thing for anyone. To have any faith, to have people of some form of belief. And so I'm trying to explain to you how things can happen, and you put effort, and don't be like, it's not possible. So next slide. So why am I bringing Islamic education? Because one is the academic, but one aspect we don't really talk about, I want to take a few more minutes, is the school pressure. So about 10 years ago, we did this whole survey on what the major issues of kids were. And I know some of you guys are old, but my kids are not that young. That's when you work on it now, so you don't have the problems when they're in middle school. Everyone waits until middle school, like, oh, now I'm going to start reading. So this is one of the reasons why we wrote some of these issues in some of these books. So due to time, 5 minutes, brother. Okay, these are the issues. I'm going to get to the next slide. These were the top 7. Gender relations, fitting in, peer pressure, double personality. If parents knew what I was going through, and if I told them, they might send me back home, or they would yell at me. So I'd rather be at home like, the mashallah child, and at school, be someone else. Because they couldn't. That shocked us, that one. We're doing another survey now, because it's been about 8 years for us. Identity crisis, glorification of Quran. In the society, it's popular to be bad. If you see all the talk shows, musicians, it's all about how crazy you are, what can you do, and so on and so forth. So you start seeing these are big things. And gender relations is a major issue, but you have to talk about it, how do you deal with it, and so on and so forth. Now the next slide here, I'm going to give you a heads up. We're going to skip the next slide. Okay. Yeah, let's skip that. There's a slide before this. I'm just going to tell you. It was called, just because they're kids here, young kids. It was the top 10 songs on Billboard magazine in 2011. If I just showed you, man, I wish I could show you guys. Right. If the top 10 songs, 5 out of the top 10 songs on Billboard magazine, that means you have to call and say, hey, can you play the song? I like it. This is on the radio, 5 out of 10 songs were cuss words. Not even like when we grew up cuss words. I'm talking about bad cuss, bad words. The number 2 song was called Rihanna, right? And then Rihanna is not the Malaysian singing group, right? Just want to get this really clear. But I'm gonna talk about that in a few minutes. I'll give you an example about what kind of music and how kids get influenced. But here's another one, which is called Top Video Games in 2007. Number 1, Grand Theft Auto. I'm not even going to ask kids here because I was going to put your parents in. Grand Theft Auto. If I ask kids right now, how do you guys put computer? Grand Theft Auto, right? Black Ops, God of War, Halo, Battlefield. It says rated M. Rated M does not mashallah. Rated M does not mean Muslim. Rated M does not mean Mubarak, right? It means mature. You have to be 17 and older to buy that game. And Grand Theft Auto has 5 series. Atlantic series, so you guys kind of went up in here, right? South Central, Las Vegas, so on and so forth. In this, you are a gangster. You curse in this game, you kill people in this game. You are anything that a gangster could do. You go to places where you should not be going in the game, so you can live that life. It's the #1 game. If I go to communities right now, and I'm not putting the kids on the spot, that's why I didn't ask them to raise their hand, I guarantee you, if you go right now, one of your family members has that game. Because parents like, oh, because the cover looks like, okay, I don't put it in. Now you say, why society people don't want to go kill people all the time? #2 game, Black Ops. You shoot someone in the hand, 5,000 points. You get them in the heart, 20,000 points. You shoot them in the brain, bingo. You get more points. Is it right yet? That's no more. Now you desensitize killing. What's messed up about this game is now you are American government and you're killing some countries, which are Muslim. Right? You desensitize people. #3, God of War, kill. #4, Halo, kill more. #5, Battlefield, rated M, kill a lot more. Now you say why society likes to hurt people? Then finally a halal game, NBA 2K. Good old LeBron James. Right? Then #7, Red Dead, kill again. Then Super Mario Brothers. Fine. Now, just to give you an example, okay, next slide. Top 10 videos in the 80s, when some of us must have grew up running, but anyway, you know. Pac-Man. I know some of you guys might know what Pac-Man is, right? Pitfall, Missile Commander, E.T. River Raid. Like, some of these kids right now be like, are you kidding me? I mean, bored out of my mind. It's like, it sounds like, you know, like a class or something, right? It's the society, it's just over. Kids want that, there's nothing else that can happen. Okay, next slide, just let me go quickly on some other things. So, why am I bringing those religious institutions? Because what they say, if I could just give you that music just to understand how, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, but I'll do it somehow. Here's some television stats. 2/3 of infants and toddlers watch 2 hours of TV every day. Kids 6 and under watch 2 hours of TV. Kids and teens 8 to 18 spend nearly 4 hours a day on internet, website surfing. Right? And what does every parent do? You give them that amazing cell phone. And what happens is now somehow you tell your child, okay, Baba, Mama, you get the flip phone. I'll buy the smartphone. Right? Oh, you're so good, Bita. You make my life easy. www is whoever you want to talk to, whatever you want to see, whenever you want to see it. You gotta be careful. Next slide. So my last thing here, and just because there's about another 20 slides, and I do like a whole day thing on just parenting things. But this whole thing, princesses. I have 2 daughters. Now, this is there's nothing wrong. Again, cartoons, but we gotta be careful on what our kids are seeing. A website, if you can keep in mind, if you ever watch it, it's called kidsinmind.com. I give a lot of credit to the Christian right groups because what they've done is they put some effort in making sure things go right and what's going on TV. Kidsinmind.com. Parents, write that down. Any movie that your child wants to see, type it up. They'll give you a great explanation on every one. So what happens is something like Little Mermaid. See, I had a sister, she was 6 years older than me. So we never had a TV in our home. We had a TV, but I never had videos. So I never really got to see the Cinderella until I had my own kid. And someone gave us a video. So I sat there and went, I gotta watch this myself as an educator. Little Mermaid is like, many of these Disney movies are like Indian movies on cartoon. Right? Girl likes boy. Boy likes girl. Father doesn't like boy. Sing a little bit. Love will conquer all. And everything is fun. Right? But you have these young kids, and then also you have this thing. And this was a great thing. My daughter, when she was 3, now she's 8. I remember we went to a store. And I'm being very honest, because sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. We were at a store, and she wanted to buy a doll. And she picked the doll, and said, oh, why don't you buy this one? It's a little, you know. And she made a comment. She said, oh, no, I don't want to buy that. That's not pretty. I'm like, well, look, it's dark. I'm like, that doll is the same color as me. Right? Like, yes? Like, is it the same color? It's like, but princesses are not. Princesses are light. I was like, subhanAllah. And I thought about that. This is before that one, finally they made that one from New Orleans, Princess Tiana. Before that, I was like, that's true. Right? You have that mentality of how slowly Iblis slowly, killing us softly, right? Family Guy is not Family Guy. He's Haram Guy. I'm serious. Anything mostly comes on Fox, be careful. With the shows. Family Guy, it's Cartoon Network after 9 o'clock even says Adult Swim. Parents, you need to, on your TVs, put parameters when it says TV 7 and that's it. I know the kids here, but I need to tell you this. Even at my own house, I have my wife. I have two things for the TV. She puts a password. I said, don't tell me the password. On the computer, I don't care. I think every lady should do this. You do this on the computer. You get Cyber Patrol, $65. You download it. You put that in. Right now, if you take my laptop, you try to hit something, it'll be a password, and I don't know. My wife would have to put it in. Because you get emails. If you have email, Gmail accounts. Right? I only do this because parents don't ever hear this, and I see so many kids get emailed by the internet. Right? We have a chapter on the whole internet. Right? 68% of kids at 11 years have seen something they shouldn't have seen on the internet. And it's sometimes not because of that. To show you how crazy it is, I can't say this. All right. I forgot how to do this. I thought the kids would be doing a program or somewhere. But just trust me on these things. Like, if you go and just type it in, how the deceptions on stuff, words like Pokemon and Pokemon, type in O to an A, go somewhere else. Figure it out. So, now let's not bless you guys. What I'm trying to say, the value of why you need to support this school, what's going on the World Wide Web, and society all over. Challenges, you have to have a foundation, not just knowledge-based, but the environment plays a huge part in developing individuals. And it doesn't mean just parents that go after that at home. If they pray at school, they need to pray at home. Quran at school means Quran at home. That means, behavior of, you need to be good to your brother and sister, and then that, the child can't say, well, Baba, why can't we talk to Uncle so-and-so? Well, that was a business deal. Don't talk about it. Don't backbite if I'm just like, say, yeah, but who, right? This girl, that girl, what, who, that one? You got to realize what the experience plays a big part. So you have to make sure that Deen is also implemented in our hearts and in our lives, and that we make dua for all of us. So this one, just a few things to keep in mind. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very, very much. It's time for a moment of prayer, so we'll just take a second. We'll, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح Allah